Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bible study for everyone. Once again, I'm Matt, and I'm going to be your facilitator today. As you can also see, I'm in a different backdrop. I'm actually at the Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know if you guys can see the little slide out the window for one of my son's first birthdays. We're still making it a point to be here, to be in the Word. And so today we're going to be in Matthew 10 because it's day 10. Matthew 10 is a really interesting chapter. And so there are some intense words that Jesus gives his disciples, but he starts by actually sending out the 12 disciples. So he names them and he actually gives them power. It says that he gives them authority over unclean spirits and then reminds them that they are meant to be sent out to go cast out demons, to go cleanse, to go heal, and to be reminded that there's probably going to be pushback. I mean, the whole chapter is about how they're going to be sent out and there's going to be people of the world that are going to push back against them and they need to stand firm. And once again, just like we heard at the beginning of Matthew, when Mary was filled with the Spirit to create Jesus, he reminds them that the same Spirit that's speaking through him is speaking through them as well. It's the Spirit of the Father. And that's what he says in verse 20. He moves on, and this is where it gets a little bit intense at the end. So from 26 to 33, Jesus talks about the people who don't have the power to kill the soul. And what he's saying there is that there's people in the world that are going to persecute them. I mean, some of these disciples end up being killed for their faith. But that's just the flesh, is what he's saying. They can't penetrate the soul. The Spirit that's inside them is going to keep them, strengthen them. And if the time comes where they are persecuted, even to the point of death, their soul is going to be in heaven with Jesus. I mean, what an encouragement that is. Yes, it's scary to think that we could be that persecuted, but what a joy to think that no matter what happens, we're strong and we're firm, and we're going to be in heaven one day. And then a last little reminder, which is kind of a dagger to the disciples and to everyone else out there. Like, I'm not here for peace. I brought a sword. And then verse 39, he finishes off by saying, whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. And so the point there is that there's going to be a lot of tension. And what Jesus is sharing is not going to go over well with everyone. And it's not going to create peace. It's going to create tension. And there's going to have to be some sacrifices made. A heavy chapter, but a powerful one. To summarize this up in one word, like I try to do every day, I think the word is going to have to be send. I mean, he starts with sending out the disciples. And like I said earlier, in verse 8, it says, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without paying, give without pay. I'm sending you out to go do all these things. And then in verse 16, behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. And yes, those were the disciples in this day, but we're the disciples in our day. And Jesus is sending us out to go speak to those who are lost and that need help. And I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but with that same Spirit that he gave to these disciples to do all this power, is the same Spirit that we get when we give our lives to Jesus. So yes, I haven't done crazy miracles, but I don't doubt that Jesus can do those miracles through me one day if needed. And so I'm going to stand firm in my faith. I'm not going to fear, and I'm going to allow him to send me where he needs to. I hope you do too. So think about that today, and we'll talk tomorrow. See you guys.